Hello. Hello there to my 15 subscribers and everybody else who's found this video. My name is Rocky. I'm from Fat Adventures and I've been on hiatus for a while, and I'll tell you why. A couple of things happened. My father passed away, so that was very hard for me. He was like my, travel buddy. And the second thing was, COVID. That was pretty awful. And then after that, I needed to, I needed to find a place to live that wasn't going to increase my rent every 5 seconds. So I had to save up and buy myself something outside of Vegas. So now I'm in the middle of the desert because that's all I can afford. So, but the good thing about that is that there's tons of hiking trails and tons of things to do out here. But here's the little catch to that is that I have osteoarthritis in both of my knees. And I got to a point where it was just so painful to do anything at all, to go to the gym, to, go hiking, to, swim, anything. It was just really, really painful. So after seeing the second orthopedist, and finally getting it scheduled with the insurance company, he ended up retiring. So I went to my third orthopedist who got me scheduled for that right away. I mean, I saw him and I was literally being operated on 6 weeks later, which was great. So with that said, what did I have operated on? I had a total knee replacement on my right side, and I'm in a couple of weeks or so, as far as I know, I'm probably having the other knee done. So I had the right knee done because the second time I have it done, I'm not going to have somebody helping me as long as I did on the first one. So I have to make sure that I can drive to go pick up my medication, things like that. So that's basically it. So what I'm here to tell you about is that I am actually on a journey. I'm on a fat adventure myself to get better so I can bring more travel content. But in another sense, I kind of want to do like a personal vlog. I just want to do a personal vlog. I kind of want to make myself the adventure. So if you want to come along with me, if you have any suggestions or, anything you want to talk to me about, that's great. So let's get to the point of why you're here, because my thumbnail says, I'm going to give you advice on knee replacement surgery. So I'm 3 weeks out, almost 4 weeks out. Yeah, I'm almost 4 weeks out. And I'll show you my knee in progression in the next video so you can see where it went from the surgery to the staple removal to what it is now. Okay, so we'll get to that later. What I want to cover right now is something that I didn't really see a lot of that I wanted to see. And that was, what should I buy, before all of this happens? There's plenty of people have put out videos on what you should do and, exercises and how you should eat and things like that. And everything is subjective, And of course, I'm not a physician, so I'm not going to be able to give you actual medical advice. But the following things that I have photos of that I'm going to talk over and tell you about are the things that I had a lot of success with. And then one thing I didn't have success with, you'll see that in the photos as well. But before we get to the photos and stuff, I'm just going to give you some just real world advice, okay? What I found that I needed to do was I meal prepped beforehand. So the person who's taking care of me, my daughter, who's lovely, my daughter wouldn't have to, as we say in Yiddish, pachka, in the kitchen. She can just throw something in the microwave and feed me. Okay, so we had a lot of homemade meals. We had, I can't think of it. Protein shakes, oatmeal, unfortunately cookies, which I don't advise you getting a lot of junk food or anything like that, because you're not going to be exercising or moving around as much as you're used to. So you will gain weight very, very quickly. somebody told me that. I got that advice from a friend. Okay. So another thing that I did that I thought was really important was I ordered a meal service. So, you know, like Factor or Flex Pro is what I actually got. And the reason why I got that is a few reasons. One is super easy to make. You throw them in the microwave for like 4 minutes and it's all good. The second thing is they were delivered to me, so I didn't have to pick them up. And the third thing was the portions were, the portions were evened out where I wasn't eating like a sumo wrestler. Because remember what I told you is that, yeah, you're not going to be doing a lot of exercising, but doctor's orders, and remember, I'm not a doctor, but doctor's orders is that you don't diet while you're doing this because you need all the nutrients you can to heal, especially protein, and you actually really do need carbs. So you non-carb people, go talk to your doctor. It's really super important that you do, just in case they do want you to 86 the keto or whatever. So remember, I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying that you should do that. It would probably be a great idea. Okay. Another thing that I did, you'll see, is I got a rolling walker, with the seat at Goodwill for $15. Okay. The best $15 I ever spent. But the doctor didn't want me to use that. He wanted me to use the other kind of walker without the seat, because you move your body into the walker when you're moving. And that's how, you're not standing like out like this. You're like closer in. So apparently that's supposed to be better for you, right? So I got stuck with a rolling walker with a seat, but I did not get stuck. And I'm telling you, you got to go out and get this, because once my help had left, once my daughter, my lovely nursey caretaker, had to go home to her actual real life job, I needed to move stuff around in the house. But you don't have extra hands if you're using that walker. So when I had to do things, when I had to go outside and get something, or I wanted to bring my dinner over to the table, or if I'm lazy and I want to eat a snack in bed or whatever, I would put it on the seat and I would roll that into wherever I needed to be. So I was able to like straighten up my house a little bit and clean up the bathroom and things like that, because I had that seat there. And then if I got tired, I could just sit down on the seat. So it was all good. So I'm not saying use it all the time. Remember, I'm not a doctor. We're going to just keep saying this throughout the entire video. I am not a doctor. I'm just telling you what worked for me. I highly recommend that if you can go out and get one of those rolly walkers with the seat, and I'm talking, go get one at like Goodwill or something like that, or some, secondhand shop, because they are expensive, brand new. You don't need it brand new. You're not going to need it brand new. So just get it so it can temporarily help you. I mean, I needed to move like 3 books and I couldn't hold on to the books. And the last thing you want to do is have a hardcover book with a pointy edge fall out of your hands and hit you on your scar. So yeah, I wouldn't suggest that. So that was a big deal for me. I was so happy that I bought that. At first, when they told me I couldn't use it, I was like, oh man. But then I was like, of course I can use it, because I can use it. So I did. This toilet seat extender with the handles was perfect for me. Now, I did see a few people didn't like this, and a lot of guys didn't like this, but for me, it was perfect. I'm 5'4", so I was able to just slide right on, do my business, and slide right off. Side note, please don't pay attention to that wallpaper. I bought this house last year, and I haven't redone the bathroom yet. You can go to any Goodwill and pick up one of these walkers without the seat for way less than what the hospital will charge you. So just saying, you may want to get that before the surgery. So during my long introduction, I explained why I would definitely invest money into buying this, but I wouldn't invest a lot. So if you can find it at Goodwill or whatever, it's going to be very helpful for you. I guarantee it. Okay, so you're not supposed to bend your knees when you have your legs up to get the swelling down. So I think this is definitely a waste of money, but I was able to pile some pillows on it and use it that way, but I probably wouldn't spend the money. This is the continuous ice machine that I got to take home from the hospital. It worked really well and it took down the inflammation and stuff, but it got very, very heavy. Now, I had purchased another one that was about half the size that I've been using, and that works out really well, but it really was super heavy on the knee. So I switched over to these wraparound ice packs, but my knee was super sensitive, like nerve-wise, so these were a little bit too scratchy, even wrapped up in like, fabric or something, so I actually moved to frozen peas, which was super cheap. I highly recommend buying one of these under the desk type bikes instead of investing in a whole huge bike. It gets everything that you need to get done. And there are some exercises where you don't have to go completely around, but it will stretch out your knee and make you feel a lot better. So highly recommend go ahead and grab this if you can. Like I said before, meal prepping is going to save you a lot of time and a lot of grief. And if you don't have somebody helping you out that could cook, this will be like the best thing. So after all of the meal prepping that I did was gone, I actually ordered a meal prep service, which was really good for me because my daughter had left and I really didn't want to have to cook. And shout out to Flex Pro for having incredibly delicious meals. And this is not sponsored at all, but I recommend you do that. If you don't have the money, just prep way far ahead. Okay, I know this video is pretty long, so we'll wrap it up right now, okay? Same, different shirt, different day. Sometimes life gets in the way. Anyway, I'm just giving you these suggestions because they were extremely helpful to me. And if I didn't do my research and look and see what other people were doing and what they acquired, basically, and how they were healing, I think I would be in a different situation because I wouldn't have expected what was coming up, if that makes any sense. So anyway, you do what you need to do. Watch other videos, see what other people are doing. That was very helpful for me because some of the things that like I ran into, I didn't know it was going to happen. I didn't know that was a thing, but it is. So next week, I'm going to put out another video. I will be 6 weeks out in a couple of days, and I will show you the progression. I took pictures, and I will tell you what the doctor said because I'm going to the doctor in 2 days, so we'll see what the update is at that point. And I can share that with you. So if you wouldn't mind, if you want to, keep getting videos and see how things are going and progressing, like and subscribe. Okay, do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around, all that stuff, so you can get the latest on what's going on with me and how the healing's going with a double knee replacement, which is actually technically single knee replacement right now, double knee replacement in 6 weeks. So the second one's going to be done in 6 weeks. So, well, as far as I know. So I'm just getting confirmation on Wednesday about that. But anyway, I'm all over the place. So if you don't watch another video, if, you just don't have it in you because I am a talker, just remember that you are your best adventure. So take care of yourself, okay? You're worth it. And adventure on. Bye. I wanted to share this sunset with you. It was absolutely beautiful. And I also want to remind you that I am not a doctor, nurse. I have nothing to do with the medical field, not a physical therapist at all. I am just a patient who is letting you know what worked for me. So keep that in mind.